Switchgrass may be one of the inputs that Louisiana could someday use to generate energy. Switchgrass could also be used as another source of income for the state's farmers. Tobie Blanchard shows us how one researcher is trying to turn twice the profit by growing switchgrass alongside pine trees.
An LSU AgCenter forestry researcher is working on expanding Louisiana's energy portfolio. Michael Blanchard says Louisiana is fourth in the nation in terms of its fossil fuel production and in its potential for producing biofuels from diverse biomass. Blanchard is looking at growing switchgrass for bioenergy.
It has a high energy yield, has high biomass yields with a minimal amount of water and nutrition compared to other crops.
Blanchard is growing switchgrass under stands of southern pine trees, which could give foresters and landowners another source of income. In his study, he is looking at switchgrass under newly planted trees, middle-aged trees that have received their first thinning, and mature trees that have had a second thinning. He also is looking at different numbers of trees within the stands.
We did see in the older trees, when we thinned them back to about 50 trees per acre, that or below, we got really good switchgrass yields.
Blanchard has been studying switchgrass with pine trees for 5 years. He says there is a lot of interest in the grass from landowners and the biofuels industry. Blanchard says the grass burns as hot as low-grade coal and could be used for electricity generation.
There's actually been interest in co-firing switchgrass with coal because it burns fairly cleanly. It actually reduces emissions when co-fired with coal there.
To make growing switchgrass economically feasible, a grower would have to yield more than 4 tons per acre. In this study, Blanchard is not fertilizing the grass and is getting lower yields.
We're at about 2.5 tons per acre in this study, but I do have other studies where it's similar to this, where we've fertilized and got up as high to 4 to 6 tons per acre.
Switchgrass is native to North America and is part of the Cajun Prairie ecosystem. For This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, this is Tobie Blanchard with the LSU AgCenter.
Dr. Michael Blanchard conducts his research at the LSU AgCenter's Hill Farm Research Station in Homer. Well, still to come on This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, Kristen Oakes takes the Ag Minute on the road to the Louisiana State Fair in Shreveport. But first,
I'm Avery Davidson in Plaquemines Parish, where this year's citrus crop is looking and tasting the best it has since Hurricane Katrina.